morning. I haven't spoken for a few hours, so there we go. And I'm exhausted still. Yeah, I'm back in. My wound is infected. My body is trying to fight, but my goodness, my poor body doesn't seem to have the resources to do this level of fighting. So me sitting in my house and fighting alone became quite clear was not going to work. I needed to come and find those who have better facilities to help me fight. So here I am. But as I lie here, I have time. Hi, Phyllis. I have time to watch a lot of things. I've had time to consume a lot of things on the media. And I want to break this thing down. I thought the one video I made was enough, but apparently not. So let's talk. As I said, this Daddy Lumba issue, and it's not going to be different from the Apostle Joseph. It's not going to be different from a lot of the other prominent men we know. It's going to go down, and it's going to bring a lot of things to the fore. Let me start from the men. What you don't do to settle your estate will spiral out into craziness when you pass. The actions you refuse to take to settle your estate will spiral into craze when you pass. There are certain things that should be settled. There are certain people in your life who you don't string along. You need to let them know where they stand. Those of you who don't know Daddy Lumba is a musician. He's a Ghanaian German musician. He is one of our biggest highlights because people love him, people adore him. His music was great. I got into so much trouble with some of his songs. I wish he, Abengwa. I was busy singing this song. How you doing? Yeah. I was busy singing Awishi Abengwa. My dad had not paid attention until some witch or wizard. Thank you so much. Some witch or wizard went straight to my dad and told my dad to pay attention to the lyrics. And so my dad calls me and he says, "Come, that song you've been singing, it's nice, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, sing it for me." Eh? Sing it for me. Oh, sister could not sing. Oh, my name is also Amma. So my dad says, Amma, what do you want in the morning? I could not explain. Yeah, diva girl. Anyway, as I said, I've enjoyed his music. I think he deserves the status he gets for the work he did. But you see, I am someone who also acknowledge everybody that is due acknowledgement. Daddy Lumba married a woman in Germany. And now I have listened to an interview that was about, good morning. I don't have the card. All right. Tony, good morning. Yeah. You see? Hey guys, if you don't mind, I will go and order my breakfast, yeah? I will need to go and order my breakfast, otherwise I'll starve. But anyway, Daddy Lumba was in Germany with his wife. I've listened to an interview where the lady said that as at the time that Lumba decided to come to Ghana, they had 100,000 euros outstanding. Again, see, I don't struggle to believe any of those things, you know. Yeah, sometimes those monies might have been taken for the music. Some of those monies may have even been taken for the properties. Yeah, Alexander, you are going to hear my opinion. Thank you, Sister Adelaide. Thank you. And so she stayed behind. My understanding is at the time when he left, she had a young baby and he came here. Having told her one story and for it to spiral into him now wanting to live in Ghana. I wasn't there. I can't verify any of those things. I cannot rectify. Yeah. Let me tell you.
But you know how to order, right?
I think so.
Okay, here already have writing in. Just follow this one only. This one, lavender, your bed number 7, ma'am. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I will do this for another 30 minutes. If that's not enough, I'll go order my breakfast and then I'll come back. Okay? All right. So, I can't tell you the reasons why he left and went to Ghana. I can't tell you anything else, but what I can tell you and what is established beyond doubt is that he left his legally married wife in Germany and he went to settle in Ghana. I've heard a lot of people talk about a lot of things, but you see, bigamy and infidelity with proof are two concepts that are very undeniably established. I'm just, my body is tired of too many things. I had surgery almost 2 weeks ago, but my body is not dealing with the recovery. My wound is not wounding, my recovery is not recovering, and my body is not bodying. None of it is doing what it's supposed to do. Yeah. Anyway, as I was explaining, there are lessons for all of us. I want to start with the men. You see, some of the men, especially, oh, Dabi, Mami Jesua, thinking about myself is what gave me a palpitations this morning. Thinking about myself is too stressful. The first thing I need to start thinking about myself is the wound. A 10-centimeter wound I've got to deal with. Yeah, no, that's not nice. I cannot. No, so I've left it and I'm coming to deal with other people's matter because that one is a whole lot easier to talk about. You can bring lots of common sense to somebody else's issue. My own wound, I don't know what to do with it. Because I don't know what to do is how I run. Oh, if I delivered a baby, we would have wanted it. I didn't deliver a baby, I delivered useless things. Useless things that serves no purpose. But yeah, I am lying in a maternity unit at my age. Everybody's looking at me like, what is grandma doing here? But yeah, Petrella, how are you doing? It's nice to see you. Hi, Paul. So, just help me to distract myself from my own affairs, Because my own affairs, they are too sad. They are too painful. Let's go back and do more compensa. As I was saying, the lessons for the men are this. No, Mami just went jai. Hey, my recovery, even thinking about that one is painful. My recovery. I've been thinking about this recovery the whole week. If I tell you the things I have felt and what has happened to me this week, thinking about recovery, you will encourage me to take my mind, throw it in the bin, and not even consider the word recovery again for a long time. So no, we are still coming to do Kokonsa. Hello, Miss Vina. Hello, friend. How are you? Yeah. So permit me to do Kokonsa, Kokonsa is a whole lot easier. It keeps my brain occupied with things that have no emotional connotations to me. And so that's what we're doing. Granny Love, how you doing? Yeah. Ty. Yes. Bigamy and infidelity with proof are two concepts that people need to think about. Other people trouble, okay, they are so easy to navigate. So this guy is married, and now according to his family head, he also married another woman. By that assertion, he has just admitted to bigamy. To be honest, I think his wife left it too late to act. She should have acted when the guy left. But what tends to happen with these guys is that they are very dominant characters, and the women are cowards. His wife was certainly a coward. Did not want to do what was needful. And so she hung around and cried her eyes out. And now she sees a chance for some kind of redress. But she should have bitten the bull by the horns. And should have dealt with it whilst the guy lived. She should have taken the guy to court for bigamy. And then it would have been settled for her in her favor easy. If the guy has 6 children with this woman, if that is not confirmed infidelity with proof, I don't know what that is. Again, she could go and she could ask for redress from the court from these 2 counts. And those could have been the basis for her divorce. And the court would have given her separation of assets and given her her fair share of whatever they have acquired. And that would have ended the issue completely. It would have been much better for her at that time to do that. Anyway, we'll come back to the lady and her lessons for all of us in a minute. But for the guys, don't let 3-4 women hang around. Don't domineer them into silence and think that when you are not here, they will remain silent. They won't be. They will not be. The minute you pass, the factions in your own family will begin to infiltrate the cracks in your system, and they will expose you. It's not outsiders. I'm telling you this on personal experience. My father has 4 children. My dad had raised us in unity. We love each other, and anybody who knows any of us know all of us as siblings. The minute my father passed, the witches and wizards from his own family began to call my brother. And this is what they said to my brother. You are the son. You are his only heir. You are the one who needs to do. My brother is a very kind-hearted. He is not interested in family politics. My brother is not interested in politics, full stop. But they were in his ears constantly. Yeah. You see, these witches and wizards, when they are in your ear, it doesn't matter how much you resist them. They will infiltrate into your head somehow. Maybe not to the extent they wanted, but they will get to your head too. The same family members were calling my big sister, and this is what they were telling my sister. You are the first child. You are the heir. Yeah, even when your dad was here, he always called you senior prefect. He deferred major decisions to you. And there's a particular cousin who aligned herself with my sister very quickly and wanted to help to make decisions so that her choices would be honored. The reason why they went for the top 2 is because this very particular person knew that there was no way I would permit her to be involved because she was not a child. She was not my father's child. She was my father's niece. It was a thing my dad had done, but something that needed to be sorted out. And yeah, it was me who was of that view in strength. So guess what? The witches and wizards who knew this were also in my own inbox. Doctor, towards the end, doctor always talked about, and he did. He always did. Doctor always said, doctor said, to remind me of my father's wishes. I always said to people, the person who knew my father's wishes the best was me. In the latter days, my little sister got to know the functionalities, but long-standing, his ideological standpoints, the things that he wanted fundamentally was me. And so guess what? Some of these family members were straight at me. Your dad always, yes, so Pam, I'm back here. Your dad always said, and he always said you were the custodian of his affairs, and that if we were always in doubt, we should ask you. You always went everywhere with your dad from the very beginning. Nobody knows your dad more than you do. Nobody understands his will more than you do. Like I said, no matter how much you think you are indifferent to this, no matter how much you think you are immune to this, it gets in your head. So as much as my siblings and I were in unity and in love, each one of us was in different headspaces. I was suddenly the custodian of my father's will. The eldest was suddenly the eldest and the heir. The son was suddenly the only son. And the baby was the only one who was by his bedside when he finally passed. Before he passed, he told her also things that were new in his thinking. Thank you, Pam. He told my baby sister things that were new in his thinking. And so, Naomi, you are very welcome. Yeah, so I'm here. Aferiwa, I'm coming to that one. Family members, if you don't sort your affairs, will help you sort your disgrace. At my father's funeral, in spite of all the things that happened, there were 4 different brochures at my father's funeral. The official family brochure was a black one, classically designed. Yeah. But each of the children, well, my brother made a few for his people. Well, my brother didn't make one, somebody else did. My big sister certainly made some brochures for some of the dignitaries that she was traveling with, and she couldn't leave it till the last minute. The family one had been, because of all this forwards and backwards, the family one was delayed. We received it halfway through my father's funeral service. Believe it or not, the family brochure, the official brochure, the one which was supposed to be the only, it arrived halfway through my father's funeral service. If that was the only provision we made, we would have all been so embarrassed. We would have disrespected my father's name. So this is what happened. My big sister quickly, knowing that she was bringing dignitaries and did not want this to happen, quickly went and made a brochure, and she made a white one, so it was distinguishable from my mother. My mother was the widow. My mother was struggling. My mother had a stroke a year before. So I was not going to expose my mother to any stress. My mother asked me about the brochure. So I printed some brochures for my mother so that my mother could distribute. My white was pure white. My sister's white was off-white. And there was another white. Yeah, there were 3 whites. Elom, I'm here. Oh, Nika. There were 3 white brochures and a black brochure, mostly containing the same information. If you don't put your affairs right, your affairs will be put wrong for you by factions from your own family, just so you know. It will not be from outsiders. So as as people started and they were reading through the brochures, people beside each other were looking at, but mine looks different from yours. Yours looks different from mine. Check page 42. Is it the same as yours? No. Yours has a picture which is not in mine. Let's swap. Look at yours a little bit and let me look at yours. Why did all these things happen? My dad should have settled a lot of things himself. The things he told me should not have just been told to me. Should have been told to a family conference. 3 different kinds of white plus the black. I have copies still. When I get to my house and I get into my suitcases, I can show you. Not a word of a lie. Ask anybody who was at my father's funeral, they'll tell you I'm not lying. They see, hello sis. Yeah, I'm not lying. If you don't put your affairs right, the 4 different colors of brochures at your wedding will expose you. I'm telling you. You see, now that I'm here, it's better. The 4 different colors of brochures at your own funeral will expose you. All the unity, freedom, and justice you have been preaching will be exposed at the last minute. But my mom is a peaceful organism. My mom, she's peace. But I printed for my mom so she could give to her people because my mom was getting apprehensive. Oh, when can we get, usually when you go to these things, we give, Sauce Tube Van Dam, how you doing? We give these things in advance. Why is it that this is delayed? Are you sure? Are you sure it's going to be? So 2 days before I made a printer print. Yes, Joke. You should not sit and talk to your children individually of your will. No. You should call a group of all the people who stand and get witnesses. In fact, even better, if you know that you've created factions, to record it. So everybody, yes, 4 different brochures at my father's funeral. I'm not telling you about somebody else's funeral. When I get home, I will select some of the brochures at least. I have 2 of the white ones and the black one at least. And it wasn't just the brochures. There were some of the gifts that my big sister has made for her crowd. There were some of the gifts that I had made for my crowd. There were some gifts that my brother had made for his crowd. And then there was the gifts that we had all made for the family crowd. And to make matters even more interesting, the family was having a funeral on a park. One family member had also opened her own mini funeral in front of her house. And she was having, that's where a lot of the dignitaries were directed towards that way. Why? Again, a lot of these people knew this family member. My dad had introduced this family member to them. And so when they were channeled that way as the family, whatever, nobody questioned it. They just went. Who should have settled this rubbish was my dad. My dad should have called all of us, assembled all of us, instead of telling this to be the custodian of my will, and this is the custodian of my dad, and this is the custodian of my dad. He should have just told everybody, look, this is how it's going to be. This person is acknowledged as a child, full stop, not questionable. This person is not acknowledged as a child, full stop. Because, again, I didn't know this tradition. I had never paid attention. When the funeral flyer first came out, my dad had 35 children. Yo! And to me, that was disrespecting my dad. My dad was not a womanizer. My dad had 4 children, not 35 children. Hey! But I have come to know in my father's family, they call all the people you treat like children, children. They could be nieces, they could be nephews, they could be anything. And they acknowledge them that way, and they always go on the flyer. I have subsequently been on many flyers for family members, and now I understand. But the first time I understood was when I saw my father's flyer. If you don't put your affairs in order, people will put your affairs in disorder, and they will embarrass you in ways that you will not believe. Yeah, I'm telling you of my own family. Not a word of a lie in what I'm telling you. My dad was a very learned, very respectable man. My dad, at the time I was thinking, how can anybody publish 35 children so that it looks like my dad was sexually indiscriminate? Oh, my heart was broken. My heart was broken. If you don't explain what needs to be explained, and you don't acknowledge what needs to be acknowledged, and you don't dissociate from what needs to be dissociated from, things will happen in your passing and you will not like it. You must put your house in order. At the moment, there are 2 women in this Daddy Lumba case who are here. They are all scrambling. The one with younger children is scrambling. She's hoping to get an inheritance. The one from Germany is scrambling because she has invested and she wants a return on her investments. She does. And so, you cannot be mad. You cannot be mad. If you don't put your house in order, your family members will help put you in disorder. So I hear a lot of Daddy Lumba fans and loyals heartbroken. And yet it is really heartbreaking when the disorder comes, when the exposure comes, and it's leaving the person you love exposed in ways you don't like. Oh, you can cry. How can anybody say my dad had 35 children? Hey, Dr. S.A. Manson, 35 children. How? Oh, and the implications of that thing, the way I saw it, and the implications, the way other people saw it, completely different. Anyway, Hamidu, as an account. No, you see, I'm just well. If a man actually has 60 children, also for Philip, if a man actually has 60 children, they should list all the 60 children on his flyer. That is his achievement. My father never had 35 children. And to me, people were suggesting my dad was sexually indiscriminate. As a heartbroken daughter at that time, this upsets me so much, you have no idea. He really did upset me. But yeah, if you don't put your house in order, my dad should simply have said that when it comes to my estate, this is the only person who should call the shots. Because my dad has very powerful, very long-mouthed children. All of us, we all have opinions. We are all very strong-willed. We are my father's children. The family members also similar. They all have wills. And so the battle of wills that my father's family and the children experienced in my father's funeral, to be honest, it took some incredible peacemakers to make sure that after the funeral, there is actually a relationship between me and some of the family members. Because to be honest, by the time the process of the funeral was kicking in, I had no intention to remain in touch with any of them. I had no intention. I just felt betrayed. I felt they had... Yeah, Omar, I'm here. I felt that they had just disrespected my father's memory. And you know, that means a lot to me. Akofa, how are you doing? Thank you. This video we will have to break into 2 because I will need to go and order my breakfast. When I said I would do it in 30 minutes, I thought that 30 minutes was very far. It's not. Yeah. Welcome back, Nika. Anyway, as a man, whatever actions you don't take to put your estate in order will be taken in your absence to put your legacy in disorder. If the fundamentals are weak, you shall be exposed. Yes, you shall. You will be exposed so badly. People will sit there. I remember my father's friend sitting in the funeral watching the 4 different colored brochures. And he says initially, when he saw the different colored brochures, he was so upset that it looked like my father's funeral was not coordinated. And then he saw that the 4 siblings were all distributed whatever color we could find. We were distributing whatever color we could find. Yeah. I was bringing stuff in, putting them under my brother's seat. My brother was taking stuff out for me. But hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very good. The lady gave me a card for breakfast,
Yeah.
and I think I've dropped it somewhere.
You did not order?
No, I'm going to order now. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was also. It's complete.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think it's
Thank
good.
you. And what's your name?
My name is Asha.
Asha. Good morning, Asha.
Good morning to you. You wake up early, huh?
Yes.
Good. Sorry.
It's a little bit, but
Yeah, because difficult here, no?
yeah.
Sorry.
But they couldn't find a vein
Other
anywhere else,
things,
so
yes,
it's
that's
annoying.
why.
Yeah.
That's why you cannot move hands.
No.
Sorry.
I cannot sleep on that hand. Yeah.
Getting punishment, huh?
I don't know who I upset, but yeah, there we go. Thank you, Asha. See you shortly.
You are very good.
You are. Thank you. Yeah. Amen. Amen, Akofa. Thank you. Isi Edna. Thank you so, so much. I shall see treatment to there be mami jeswa. Mintimiu. I cannot sit and be minding difficult business. Liz. So at the moment, I am escaping from my difficult business. I'm distracting myself with easier ones. Remember me, I was born a teacher. It is my thing to find lessons. And if I see a situation, so I'm not looking to insult anybody. I am not looking to join any, I'm team this and I'm team that. No, not really. I'm just here trying to, they are kind. Yeah, they are really kind. The lessons that I want to draw for you men. This is what I said. Thank you, Charlotte. I was telling my brother, you have seen my father's mistake. Don't repeat it. You have seen our dad's mistake. Don't repeat it. Settle who needs to be settled whilst you are alive. Finish with whoever needs to be finished with whilst you are alive. Draw close unto you who you want to draw close unto you, but make sure that I, for example, know your wishes. Make sure that your other sisters know your wishes. Make sure, Sister Vida, I had surgery, and then the body is not recovering. I'll come, Joker. I'll come to the women. I will come to the women in a minute. I'm going to go and order my breakfast. Because if I don't order breakfast now, I won't get any breakfast. So I'm going to go order breakfast, and then I'll come back and we'll do part 2. We will discuss the lessons for the women, because for me, that's where majority of the lessons are. The men, I'm finding you something to help you. Yeah. But the women, that is where I operate. I am a woman with an ordinance marriage. I'm a woman who is married under monogamy. I need to learn a lot of things from this thing. If for any reason my husband and I become estranged, we need to end immediately. I take what is my due and I go sit my somewhere and I wait. There is no point waiting until the end. You want to protect the man, but you will expose yourself to elements you might not be able to deal with. So if you find that your relationship, Nana, I'm back in hospital. If you find that your relationship is finishing, thank you, Dennis. If your relationship is finishing, I'm not saying you become enemies. Hey, Manuel, you are not enemies, but sometimes to protect your own investments, you need to make sure that you go and you seek redress and they divide and separate assets. You take your share Oh, Miss Norma, thank you so, so much. Yeah. Blessings, Joker. No, this is just to order. They will bring it later. They will bring it much later. Yeah. You need to finish things quickly and come back and sit in your little corner and watch with your two kulu eyes. Okay. All of you who are on, don't go anywhere. Huh? I'm ending this feed now because I've got to end it. In 5 minutes, I will finish. Is my hand yellow? Yo, listen. The dehydration and the undernourishment I have experienced this weekend, I'm about to explain. Manuel, there are certain times to go to court. After the man is dead and gone, it's not a good time for going to court. And women do that because we want to protect the man's image. You can't. I mean, right now, what is happening in the space has not protected the man's image anyway. You might as well have taken care of what needed to be taken care of and then gone somewhere else to sit and mind your business. We'll talk. So give me 5 minutes and watch out. You know Facebook doesn't distribute. It's not yellow. Are you sure, Nanaya? The back of my hand feels like a lizard. Yesterday, they were trying to find an IV line across my whole body. They couldn't find one. The only place they found was here on the left hand. And so now it's so uncomfortable. I feel yellow. Yellow man. Well, yellow woman. But okay, listen. Facebook doesn't distribute the videos. So if you're going to sit and wait, Sister Cheryl, I hope Toronto is treating you well. I like how the Canadians themselves call it Toronto. And I'm like, where? Yeah, I live in Toronto. I'm like, you mean Toronto? No, Joker food. I'm just going to order. The food is not going to come anytime soon. I'm going to order, and then it will take them maybe half an hour to bring the food. Yeah, Cinderella. Nika. So watch out on the page and make sure that you join again in 5 minutes time. Okay? Yeah. But the yellow is jaundice, right? Okay, fine. Then I'm like a lizard. I'm like a bird. I only fly away. I don't know where my home is. Listen, you guys are incredible distraction. I'm not yellowish. Thank God, though, because if it was yellow, it would not be good. Yeah, Kwabiteko, how you doing? Let me go and order. I shall be back. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll let you guys sit on this one. I will attempt to order whilst you guys are sitting. And if it doesn't cut, we will continue on this very one, okay? So don't go anywhere first. Wait for me.